Hi, my name is Beth Hiley. I'm here for BoardGameGeek at Essen 2011, and we're sitting here with Jacob and Eric W. Martin from Board Game News, and we're going to do a quick overview of Infarkt, which I've just been told is
Czech for heart attack.
Yeah. It's even German for heart attack, and it's some English for heart attack.
yeah, pretty close.
Etc. And before I introduce the game, I would like to say that I'm from Czech Board Games, and we are not a regular company. We are authors associations of Czech authors, and every year we have gatherings, etc. And then there is a winning game, and we publish this game. This year we published even 2, so this is the second game.
All right, so it's literally a contest, award-winning game already.
That's true.
The award is publication.
Oh yes, exactly.
So I played this game already a couple of times. Last night, and so since I know the game, I thought I'd go ahead and do the introduction. Your goal in Infarkt is to be the last one alive. It is a party game where literally you want everyone to die during the party or afterward, and you're the last man standing. So how we do this is each player has a board which tracks their statistics on it. We have their cholesterol, blood pressure, obesity, depression, diabetes, and cancer. Everything starts beautifully, low. You're a young, fresh teenager. Nothing is wrong with you other than being a teenager. And as the game progresses, things are going to happen to you. So each of us starts with this. We start with 1 coin, possibly more depending on turn order. We each start with 1 item off the food and drink and smoke deck, and one drug unit as well. So these are our cards, and they all start face up, and they stay face up in the game. So how the game progresses is we turn over a number of event cards equal to the number of players plus 1. Okay. And the board is set up here with flea market with some cards available. We've got a pharmacy to go to. We've got the supermarket with more food supplies. We have some other places that we can go to as well, which we'll get to in a minute. So, starting with the start player for the round, Jakob takes an event.
Yeah. I can divorce, I can get diarrhea, or I have just a bad day, and considering other options, just a bad day is quite a good option.
Right.
So it's written here that just a bad day means 3 depression plus, so I put this 3 up.
So each card on the bottom features some statistics here that shows what happened when you get this event. So the family gathering is generally terrible.
Very stressful.
And yet your depression drops. Unexpectedly. They have different families than around the world.
Rotate it to you, Eric.
Rotate it to me, all right. You've got diarrhea. Oh, the depression naturally goes up, but at least your obesity drops. Small favors. Small favors. Apparently it's a very long-lasting thing. Divorce. Not only does your blood pressure rise and you get depressed, these are all depressed, you lose half your money. Okay. So each of us takes one of these events and we adjust our characteristics on the board. Everything starts low, so actually, wow, I'll take the family gathering. You make a stack of your event cards here, you adjust everything.
Only because my husband is nearby, we'll say diarrhea.
Diarrhea, not divorce. The other event card goes away. Now,
my obesity, my weight is as low as it can go, but I am now feeling very sad.
Depressed.
Now, each of us has 3 characters, and we simultaneously place them on the board for the actions that we're going to place later this turn. Okay. So possible things that we can go to. We can go to the office. Okay.
I go to the
different
office.
We'll explain the actions once you do it.
Yeah, it will give me 3 money, but also raise my depression by 2 because to work it's not always fun.
That is true. All right, so place all your guys
all right,
on the board.
I'll go over
to
here.
Supermarket and go to home.
I'll go there to fitness and a party sounds
I go to a party. Okay. Once we've all placed our figures, the start player resolves all of his actions in whatever order he wants, and then the next player goes, and then we end the round and start playing rotates and we go again. So the actions that you're going to take.
So I go to work because I need some money, so it gives me 3 money. Here, okay, and plus 2 depression, and it brings me to danger zone because at the end of the round the depression gets higher itself. Once you are too depressed, then it's
feeds on itself.
Yeah, that's excellent. Then I go to supermarket. I can buy 2 cards for two
Two
or
money.
one card for one, or I can jump into the crowds and choose from 3 cards, 2 cards from 3, and got some blood pressure. And it's very good because I bought French fries and liver pate, and I go home, and I was very lucky to have perfect combination for a party.
So when you go home, each action that you go to, again, you have some options on which actions you go to. The office is always work and depression, no change there. When you go to your home, your depression rises a little because now you're in a relaxing environment.
Okay.
You then have the option of
decreases
either
a little.
Decreases.
decreases.
Yes.
So I'm not
What
in
kind of house
danger
do you
zone.
have at home?
That's right. I have a 3-year-old.
Well, there you
It's a little
go.
elevated sometimes. No, the depression is good. You have the option of eating, or you can hold a party.
Yeah.
When you eat, you take 2 food items from the deck, which can be generally healthy food, which is green, or not so healthy food, which is red. There are also smoking cards, which of course we don't have any at the moment.
There we
Smoking
go.
cards
Which
for
are
cigars,
brown.
cigarettes, and hookahs. Okay. So if you eat them yourself, then you get the effects on the cards that you eat. Or you can hold a party where you invite your neighbors to come, and they must participate.
Okay, I
because-
will invite you now.
Okay.
There is a flat beer and French fries.
Ah.
Not very good party, so flat beer, +1 obesity, +1 depression, because it's a flat beer. So you are really sad about drinking this. And then French fries. First 3 up 1, and then
Let's see.
cancer.
So my cancer goes up, and my
two.
blood pressure goes up, and my
Yeah.
obesity goes up.
That's it. That's the
And these
basic
are discarded.
principle. And I discard it.
And done for the turn. So I have the same thing where I go to work, I get depressed, I get some money. Then I try to counteract that. I go to the gym. You can spend
Yeah.
$1 or $2 to lower your obesity. It also lower your depression to some degree. At a flea market, you get to exchange items from what you have. If you don't like what you have already, then you can swap. I should have bought more cards if I knew I was going to the flea market. So maybe I can swap my toast with garlic for a hamburger and prepare to have a party to do some damage to them. Or you can swap my fat burner drugs for chemotherapeutics. So I choose that. So I'm actually going to do that. Swap this for the hamburger. If you swap only 1 card, you actually get money. You make money at the flea market. If you swap 2 items, you break even. If you swap all 3, you have to pay $1. Before you swap, you can choose to spend $1 and flush the board. You throw away these, you turn up 3 items, you throw away the drugs, you turn up 2 and choose 1. So it gives you a better selection at the flea market. Well done here. Anytime you have drugs, you can choose to use them anytime you want.
very
I
good
really
for
need
you
this
now.
fat burner. My obesity
Yeah.
is going out of control. So just for preparation's sake, we'll take that right now.
Now, I also chose fitness, so obviously
Wow,
I could
that's very good.
help out and
Okay.
lower my cholesterol and my depression.
Okay.
Okay.
I could also go home. Now, I
No.
unfortunately only have some orange juice at home.
Yeah.
You have the problem as well. You only took 2 money.
Right,
So you can't both buy drugs and
Right
work
now, because
out.
I'm the only one who went to the pharmacy here, which a good indication that this is an easy board to read, that I'm guessing that I can take a card, but it will cost me 2 money,
Yes,
which
exactly.
I don't have since I went to fitness, which actually brings me to one of my first questions is, can I resolve these in any order that I want?
Yes.
Because I could opt to perhaps not work out in lieu of
Yes,
getting
yes,
drugs
yes.
instead, given that I have 2 money.
There's lots of things. We were as we were playing last night. As the game progresses, you naturally move up the board. Events in life always make things worse.
Yeah.
The end of life is always death. There's no getting around that. That is one thing I didn't actually mention. Is how does the game end? Well, you see at the top of most of the columns here, if one of these markers reaches the top of the column, you die.
Yeah.
If your cholesterol or blood pressure gets out of control, your depression, your diabetes, your cancer, they'll all kill you. Okay, obesity on its own will not kill you. But at the end of the round, as Jakob mentioned earlier, if a marker is up at a certain level, other things will happen. If your obesity is up too high, your diabetes goes up at the end of the round. If your blood pressure is up too high, it affects your cholesterol, and vice versa. Cancer leads to more cancer, depression leads to more depression. Everything just shoots up continually. You get in this depression cycle where you can't get out of it, and you're constantly fighting to, go to fitness, go home, go to do
feels
this.
like simulation of life, because there is only one thing sure about life: you can't survive it, and it's the same thing in our game. And from my experience, it works really well because people. What's amazing for me with this game is that after the game, often people speak about their lives. They say, well, for example, we have some expansion career here, and the basic mistake in this game and in life as well is you are building career all life, but then you die without taking advantage of it. Yeah, for example. Yeah? Or you can be robbed and then your mother-in-law comes, so you start smoking because you are pressed by the game to start smoking. If you are depressed, the smoking lowers your depression, but then you die with cancer.
It seems pretty true to life in a lot of ways.
Sometimes and we have 5 modules here, which you can expand the game.
So these are optional.
To suit your taste. This is suggested after 10 o'clock without children. Then we have a family expansion. It's more.
So these are also locations that you could place your little guys at.
You can add in a location to do something. Now we didn't play with the family last night, but I was surprised actually rereading the rules and being. So you pay money and you actually get family members. And then when you get negative things later, you can apply them to family members.
Yeah, well, it's not that you get family members, it's the family jetons you are getting here. It's that you live with a relationship with your family. And then when you are ill or when you are depressed, they help you. And it's reality. You call your brother or they take care of you. So then you can use the jetons to fight against negative things.
All right. So what are these other 3 optional ones we have up here?
Inflicting diarrhea on my
career
wife.
gives you more money later on. And in bar you can invite some people to bar and they eat some typical restaurant food, which is unhealthy, etc.
Now, how long would you say that this plays?
Yeah, it's for 2 to 5 players, and it's about 45 minutes, 1 hour, depending how much fun you want to have.
Until you kill yourself.
Yeah. So Jakob was telling me about the game yesterday, and he said that initially when people start to play, they often go to the party first.
Yes.
And you just, it's like life where you're young, you do crazy things, bad things happen, and then you sort of reform as time goes on. So we played one game last night. At the end of the 3rd round, 2 of 4 of us were already dead.
It happens.
One thing as well, when you hold a party, if someone dies during the game, everyone must chip in $1 to help pay for the funeral. And if you can't pay for that, then your depression rises. If someone dies at a party, everyone suffers depression as well. If you're the host, you suffer 2 depression. And that can also cause the cycle. So 2 of us died at a party, someone hosted his depression, shot up 4.
The end game is really cruel because you kill someone at your party and you get depressed, so you start smoking, and then you are seeking for chemotherapy in pharmacy, but it's too late.
Well, one final question before we wrap up now. Sounds like when you die, is this an elimination game though? So you just gotta kind of sit around and laugh at people as they get more depressed?
Principally, I don't like elimination games, but in this game it's often the case that after you die, the game ends very quickly. Or you die, it's interesting. Spirals quickly, and it usually takes only few rounds, and the end game is really interesting. And we have also a version in which the players who are not playing anymore can influence a little bit the game, if they want to be still within the game.
Now I have to say it's an interesting feeling that it's a game about terrible things, and yet I'm actually quite intrigued, which is a weird feeling. So Jacob, thank you so much for stopping by and showing us Infarkt.
And I hope you will like it.
I know, which is an odd feeling.
It's life. It's party.
It's life.